Oh, also,
Okay.
actually, I'll ask it after this
Can I
story
have
time.
can I have everyone's full attention? Could you like close out of whatever you're doing or pause? Is that possible?
Well, we died, so yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, can I
You have
have
my full attention.
I'd like everyone just like looking in the call because I this you need to be focused for this.
Okay.
So, could we get some like ambiance? Can someone pull up like 10 hour like campfire noise?
It's a 10-hour long story.
No,
Holy shit.
it's no, but just so you don't run out, you gotta be sensitive.
Okay.
10-hour long story.
Let's go cutscene.
I'm gonna close your screen so I can hear the music.
Okay, thank you for the campfire noises. So this is a very personal story to me. I'm glad you all came out to hear it.
Of course.
I want to preface this by saying that not everything in the story is meant to be taken literally. Um, Being about life, it's not all like literal. It's metaphoric. It's symbolic. You should try to find ways to apply it to your own life and whatnot. And so just take everything with a bit of a grain of salt. And what else? There's something else. Oh yeah, I'm gonna say it's not exactly like it doesn't have to be a sad story necessarily, but it probably will be an emotional story. So if you find yourself like tearing up and you need to let it out or like you need me to pause for a second, feel free. If you need to leave the call and then come back when you're ready, that is also acceptable.
Where the hell are you going with this?
Okay, let's get started, right? So
Process.
there's we start in like a small town in like the middle, like rural U.S., right? Small town USA, any town USA. And in this town, it's a small, close knit community. Kind of everyone knows everyone. And one of the staples of this little community is the music store. It's right on Main Street. People walk by it, drive past it on their commute to work. A lot of people live in and around the music store. It's one of the only buildings in the little downtown area of the small town. And one day there's a horse, and the horse is walking down the street. And the horse walks by the music store, and he sees that there's a sign posted outside the music store. It says, like, free lessons will teach you anything. The store is doing a promotion where if you want to learn any instruments or take any kind of music lessons, uh, the store will provide the first 2 weeks for free. So, like,
May I step in to give some background here?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so mind you, this horse, he loves music. He's loved music his entire life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, his father was an alcoholic and was not home often, and
I thought
could
this
only
was
find
Tristan's
rest
story.
in music.
Well, he heard it. I did forget to say that. I told Louis earlier, so he can jump in if I forget some stuff. There are some elements that are like pretty important not to forget because it all ties together, right? So yeah, this horse
So
grew up loving music. He's always wanted to be a pop star, but people just like say that you can't because like you're a horse. Music is for people. Horses don't get it. Horses can't sing. They can't play. So the horse sees the sign outside the music store, and he's like inspired. He's like, "This is my chance." So he walks in, walks up to the guy at the desk, and says, "Dude, I've always wanted to be a singer. Like, can you teach me vocal lessons? It's been my lifelong dream to be a famous singer, and people just say that I can't because I'm a horse, and horses can't sing, and like you don't really get paid for your work as a horse, so you can't like pay for lessons." And the guy at the desk is very nice. He's very receptive. He's like, "Yes, I will teach you how to sing. We're doing this promotion, and I'm trying to give everyone their shot. And the horse is just ecstatic. He thinks he's finally going to get his chance to make it big, and he really believes that he can do it. And like the thing that I want you to really remember about this is that like the horse has the right mindset. He shows up every day believing in himself and believing that he can do it and being open to learn and grow. So like twice a week for the next 2 weeks, the horse goes into the lessons, and like it's going really well. The teacher and him are bonding really well, and the horse actually is like doing pretty good, surprisingly. And like after the 2 weeks are up, the music store manager says, "Dude, like I'm really impressed with what you're doing. I love your attitude, and like I'm gonna give you, if you keep coming back, I'll give you like a discount to keep doing these music lessons because I want you to follow your dream." So the horse is like, "Yes," and he takes the deal, and he's gonna keep showing up and doing these music lessons. Now around this time, a chicken is walking down the street, and the chicken is passing by the music store, and he sees the sign outside the music store: free lesson, 2 weeks, we'll teach you anything. And the chicken is like, "Yes, dude, this is my chance. I've always wanted to be a drummer. I've always wanted to play the drums. Like, they're just so cool to me, and it's my dream to be a famous drummer." But everyone, all his chicken friends back at the coop, they say like, "Oh, you can't play the drums, you're just a chicken, you can't even hold the sticks. No thumbs, no drums." That's what they say. So the chicken is undeterred. He thinks it's now or never. Like, this is his sign. He goes into the music store. He walks up to the desk, and he says to the music store manager, like, I saw the sign outside. Can you teach me how to play the drums? Like, I've always wanted to play the drums. I think I'd be really good at it. I've just never had my chance." And the music store manager is like, "Yes, I will teach you how to play the drums. Like, I know you're a chicken. We're gonna figure out a way for you to hold the sticks. We'll build something. We'll just duct tape them, and you're gonna play the drums, and we'll teach you." So the chicken starts showing up twice a week, and he really believes in himself, and he shows up every day, the right mindset, open to new ideas, ready to grow, ready to learn, ready to get better, look at his own mistakes and fix them. And he starts doing really good at the drums. He picks it up. He makes some impressive progress for his first 2 weeks, and the music store manager says, "Hey, I'm really impressed with what you've been doing in the drum. I can hear you from the lobby, and I want you to keep coming back and doing lessons. So if you keep coming back, I'm going to offer you a discount so you can keep continuing your drum lessons, and maybe one day you're going to be a big star." And lastly, around this time, there's a cow walking down the street. And the cow sees a sign outside the music store that says, "Free lessons will teach you anything." So the cow is like, "Yes, I've always wanted to play the guitar. It's been my dream ever since I was a little calf. People on the farm say you don't even have thumbs, you can't pluck the strings. No thumbs, no strums is what they say." And
They say.
so he goes in, he's like, "I've always wanted to do it. I know I can be a rock star." And he goes in, he walks right up to the music manager, and he says, "Can you teach me how to play the guitar? I saw the sign outside. I'm really excited. This has always been a dream of mine ever since I was a calf." And the music store manager knows about the horse, knows about the chicken. He's feeling good about it. He's like, "Yes, I will teach you how to play the guitar. Just show up twice a week. Next 2 weeks are free. We'll see where we go from there." And the cow's ecstatic, and he starts showing up to the lessons. And the cow believes in himself just like the other guys. He's really into it. Gets a guitar, brings it home, spends all day practicing, and he starts getting really good at it. So all these guys, like, they start getting really good. They get the discounted lessons. People start to call him prodigies. Like, you could say he's a prodigy. So around this time, now they're all there, and they're all hanging around, and they start to hear about each other. They see each other at the music store. They see each other outside. The town's not that big, and more than that, like, people start to notice like the musical talent of these animals. Like, word's getting around. They hear about each other. They see each other, so they meet up. They like share some drinks, go to dinner, and they start becoming good friends. So they hang out more and more, and they're still doing their lessons, and they're getting better and better. And like, word's getting around, like, dude, these animals are pretty good at music. And they hear about each other, and they say, like, we should start a band. And they decide that they're going to start a band. They come up with a good name for it. They're just going to call it Horse Chicken Cow, because like, that's what they are. it's original. There's no other band that's gonna be a horse, chicken, cow, and people will see the sign and they'll be like, I wonder what that is, and then they're gonna like someone's gonna tell them like, dude, it's really a horse, a chicken, and a cow, and people are gonna be like, no way. So
No
they
way.
start. They put the band together. They write some songs. They practice. They perform, and they start gigging like wherever they can, like open mics at bars, like just little gatherings, anywhere that'll let them play, they'll go. And at first, like some people show up, just like not really sure what to expect. They're like horse, chicken, cow. What is this? And some people see it and they show up ready to point and laugh because they think it's gonna be like embarrassing. It's gonna be a shit show. But they're not deterred, and they pour their hearts out into their every performance, and like it's really good. And people love it. They stand up, they cheer, they tell their friends about it, and soon they start drawing bigger and bigger crowds wherever they go. And soon enough, they're getting paid to come perform at these venues. And around this time, like word gets out, and at one of their performances, there's a guy in a big fancy suit, and he comes up to them after their show. He meets them backstage. And he says, "Hey, I'm the manager from a record label. I wanted to talk to you. I loved your show. I think you're really good. I think you have some real potential. I want you to sign with my music label, and I'll like produce a song. I'll produce your songs. I'll produce an album. We'll get you out on like the nationwide market, and I think you could really take off." And these guys are so excited. Horse, chicken, cow, brothers forever. They're gonna make it big. This is their chance. They start producing music with the record label, and it's an instant hit. It's all over the radios. It's all over Spotify. They're really taking off nationwide, and then it's enough to where they start doing like a tour around the nation. So for like 3 months, they're on the road traveling, performing in all these big cities. Crowds keep getting bigger and bigger. Eventually, it starts selling out, and it's just a huge success. And like the nights are long, they're tired, but it's all worth it to hear the roar of the crowd. You know, the adoring fans. And so the national tour is over. They're all back home, and they're like, "Dude, that went so well. I love it. I can't believe we're making it big." So what do you do next after a national tour? You go international, right? So they're gonna do a world tour, and they announce it. It's all over social media. The hype train is all there. Everyone's like excited. Their first stop is in Berlin, in Germany. So like it's around the summertime. They go over to Germany. They're there for like a few weeks before their performance, so they can get themselves together and also just to have fun, you know. They're around there eating all the cultural food, their pretzels, their Wiener Schnitzels, drinking from the beer gardens, and they're also like, dude, this show's gonna be so awesome. This is gonna be the best moment of my life. But then the day before the show, they're all in their hotel room getting ready, rehearsing one last time, and of course gets a phone call from back home. It's his mother. She's in the hospital. She's not doing well. And Horse and his mom are really close, you know. Like when all the other horses were putting him down, saying you're never gonna be a singer, his mom was always there, like, follow your dreams. I believe in you. You're gonna be the best one day. So him and his mom are really close, and to hear that she is not in good health in the hospital, it's really taking a toll on him. And like from what they're saying back home, it's looking like really bad. Like she might not have too long to live. And this is really distressing to Horse. He can't really do it. He's not in the right mindset to perform. All of a sudden, like the big shows tomorrow, he's not sure if he's going to be able to show up. So he brings it up to his bandmates, Chicken and Cow. And he's like, dude, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I'm like not in the right headspace. I'm just going to be thinking about it all day at the show. And Chicken and Cow are like, dude, we totally understand you. Like, we're your best friends forever. It's one show. You know, do what you need to do. And they're super supportive, and he's really thankful for that. So he's like, I'm going to fly back home. I need to go see my mom. And, like, we'll add more shows at the end of the tour. We'll come back. Like, everything will be solved, but I just can't do it right now. So he catches like the first flight back to the States. He's rushing to see his mom, and he lands and he's all panicked, and he shows up to the hospital late at night, and he goes in and he shares a nice conversation with his mom. He's glad like she's still here. He tells her to fight, but you can see it's like really she's withering away, you know? She's not doing well. And when he turns to leave the room, like it took the last bit out of her. She was waiting just to see her son one more time. And like he hears the beep, and the monitor starts flatlining. He turns around, and he's panicked, and there's tears in his eyes. And like the doctors come rushing in, he gets pushed out of the way, and like they start doing all these life-saving dramatic stuff, and he's sitting out in the hallway like panicking, like, oh my god, my mom's gonna die. I can't believe that was the last time I ever got to talk to her. And sorry, I'm joking up. And so he doesn't want to be around the situation anymore. He just can't take it. He goes down to the hospital lobby. He's like pacing back and forth, like hands in his hair, like, what am I gonna do? I can't lose my mom. And then he sees like the news, breaking news on the TV. There was a plane crash over the Atlantic, and there were two musicians, famous young musicians, died on it. Chicken and Cow, dead at 25. And like this is like the breaking point for him. He's like, oh my god, alright, like my life was going so well. I had everything in front of me, and then all of a sudden, in like the course of like a day, I lost everything. I lost my mom, I lost my best friends in the plane crash. Like, where do I go from here? And he can't stand to be there. He's like delirious. He walks out, stumbles out into the street. It's late at night. It's cold, it's dark. He's pacing around. He doesn't really know what's going on. He's lost. He doesn't know where to go. So a horse walks into a bar, and the bartender says, why the long face?
What the boss?
Did you guys like that story?
Yeah, I knew it was gonna lead up to something like that.
I had a feeling it was gonna be something really stupid, but what the fuck?
All that build up.
I was awaiting for the, and he says hi. I'm like, oh my god.
You know what's funny? It's like when you were saying like music store, like I was picturing Faves in my head.
For some reason, the same thing that like popped up was wait, what's that place called? McNard's.
McNard's.
And then in my head did the same
McNard's.
thing. McNard's.
When you said I'm choking up, I knew you were full of shit.
The hardest part is keeping it together.
Yeah, he was so sad he couldn't keep it together.
It was like a 5 minute or even longer. No, that was like a
That was a 15-minute
minute.
joke.
You get so into it, and then like every once in a while, like your brain lets up for a second, and you remember the punchline.
I lost 15 minutes of my life. I will never get back.
I'm glad
Did
you
you
all
see
came
that?
out here to support me and listen to my story.
Did you see that somewhere?
I heard that from a coworker today.
Was it 15 minutes long when you heard it today?
I
I've heard
think
it.
you told it in about 6 or 7, but like you can
I've heard
adjust.
I've heard a
And
very similar
I
story.
have more stories like that because I use them for my work because I lead camping trips. And every once in a while there's like a 20-minute drive and you're just like, guys, I have
What do you do
something
for 20
important to
minutes?
tell you. So I have a couple of those, but that's my new favorite. I just heard that today.
Gabe, tell a story.